Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here, and welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. It's a beautiful sunny day today here, and hope that you're having some great weather where you are. I really love where I live. I don't know about you, but I'm very happy here in Switzerland. But I have this almost genetic thing about wanting to travel. And so I get up in the morning. I'm having my cup of tea this morning. I've got my it's Earl Grey, Lady Grey. It's my Lady Grey tea, and it's a nice tea. I'm starting off my day, and I often sit here and think about where I want to travel next. I've kind of got this, like I said, almost in my DNA, some fascination to travel. I was actually thinking about this the other day, and how for me, being in a new situation, in a brand new environment, new city, new place, it does something to my senses. It makes me just more aware, more excited about life, and just heightens the experience. So I think that's just something with me. Maybe you're the same. Are you a traveler? Do you love to travel? I mean, if you don't, it's no problem, because a lot of people love to just stay at home, and I have no problem with that either. When I'm here, I'm here. But when I do have an opportunity, I love to get on the road and experience a new place. So maybe I'll see you in your city or town one day. I'm trying to plan eventually a road show, do a road show maybe with 60 and Me in the States. I'll start East Coast and maybe drive all the way to the West Coast and stop along the way and meet all of you. And it's one of my fantasies. Maybe we'll do that one day. But anyway, as I'm always planning my escape, my travel escape, I've pretty much got my packing down to a fine art now. I kind of know what I miss and what I might forget. And I tend to always forget something, and I always tend to take something that I didn't need. So I try to be really careful with my packing. And for the last few times, I've actually just taken a carry-on on the plane, and it really has made the whole experience completely different. But still, there's some basic rules I'd like to share with you, and hopefully, if you're planning to travel even a short distance, some of these might help. So, first thing is to plan ahead. Now, what I mean by that is to get all your data in one place. Now, I do a couple of things. First of all, I put everything on, I make copies of everything: my passport, my visas, if I've got a visa, my credit cards. I sometimes will block out the last four digits if I know them, so that I don't have a piece of paper with my whole credit card information. And also, I'll take all of my travel documents, my the hotel where I'm staying, or the connecting transportation, and I'll make a copy of all of that, and I'll tuck it away in my suitcase in a safe place. I'll also always leave a copy of all that at home on my desk, so that my family can actually help me if I get lost somewhere without all my paperwork. They'll be able to at least give me the information. So that's one thing. If there's a list of medications are needed, I always put a list of those. I also take pictures of my medication prescription and put them on my phone. I also have a scan of my passport on my phone. Now, my phone's protected with a passcode, so it should be fairly safe. But I try to have copies of everything in a safe place, in my suitcase, on my phone, and at home. The other thing I do is I take a little wristlet with me. Now, I don't know whether you've ever seen these before, but I love this. I take it everywhere with me. It's got a little zipper compartment at the top, and you just basically put it on your wrist. Now, this is my fuchsia, my bright pink one, but you can wear it under a coat and nobody can see it. You can also, it's stretchy, so you can actually move it right up under your, above your elbow. So if you want to put it way up out of sight, you can. And what I really like about these, rather than a money belt, is that they're accessible. You can just get to it quickly. And then, as I said, it's got a little zip on the top with a little compartment. And it's actually pretty big. It wouldn't hold, for example, a passport or anything, but I have a little, like a credit card with my all my files on it. It's one of these little, USB things, like a flat one. And I also have some business cards that I carry with me in here. I also keep the like main numbers that, you know, for family that I need to get hold of quickly. And then I also, of course, keep a little bit of extra cash. And I also keep, you know, the money in different currencies. So a few dollars, a few euros, a couple of, you know, some 20 pounds. And I keep it all in this little, wristlet. And I will forget the name of this now. I should probably write it down for you, but it's a really convenient one. And they come in all kinds of fun sizes and patterns and designs. So it's a really useful thing. This I've been carrying for, not this one, but this style for 30 years. And I love them. They're really handy. And it just makes me feel like I have everything to hand in case everything should get stolen, everything should get lost. I'd still have it. Anyway, I've gone on a bit about planning, but I think that it's really important to have all that planning in advance. The other thing is to pack from a list. Now, I'm not a big person on lists. I really don't like lists very much at all. I'm not a list person, but with packing, I do pack from a list. And I put it in categories, you know, like, and I try to have like usually 3 bottoms, you know, leggings, trousers, and maybe capris, probably 4 t-shirts, 1 that's kind of dressy, the rest are super casual, 2 sleeveless, 1 long sleeved. You know, I kind of think in groups, like if I'm cold, I can, and I always, I could put it under a sleeveless t-shirt. I can mix and match. A lot of black and white in my suitcase. I just love black and white, and I accent it with scarves and jewelry and other colorful things that I tend to pick up on the way. And scarves can be super fun to choose. We've talked about this, you know, wherever you are in the world. So I keep my, I have a list of medications. I also have a list of things that, you know, my needs. Now, I have this habit of always hurting my ankle. I've broken it twice, and not recently, but I have a weak ankle now. So I always wear shoes that have a bit of a ankle support, but I also take an ankle brace. It's just a simple one. It's not like really heavy to pack. I honestly, in the last 5 trips, I've never used it. But I always take my ankle brace just in case. So if you have any medication that you really anticipate you might need, for example, if you're allergic to anything, be sure to take some emergency antihistamine or EpiPen. If you have an allergy to anything, just think about those 2 or 3 things that, like, you might need. Of course, take your phone batteries and your chargers and your converters. Those are super important. But having a list really helps. Medications, super important to take copies of your prescriptions. I cannot enforce this enough. The reason is that a lot of, well, it depends where you're traveling, of course. If you're traveling into Asia or any places like India or you know, like Bali, just have copies of your prescriptions, because they don't know some of these prescriptions, and the drug rules there are very, very stringent. So don't take things out of your little packets and put them in a jar that's not got a description on it. Keep everything with the prescription, because you don't want to get into any, I mean, you know, you know that there's nothing wrong. If they test them, it's going to be fine, but you don't want to be held up at the airport, you know, with a medication problem. The other thing, number 3, is maintain good nutrition. Now, I take with me little food bars that are high protein and low sugar, because sometimes you get stuck somewhere where, airports are getting better, but sometimes you get stuck somewhere where there's no really great healthy food. So just be sure to take something to nibble if you're super hungry or if you get delayed on the plane. The other thing is to drink lots of water. Make sure that you take an empty bottle, because you can't take water, as we know, through planes. Trains, of course, no problem. Just take a huge bottle of whatever you need and you're fine. But just to get through airport security, take an empty bottle, but fill it up when you get to the other side, and make sure that you have lots of liquid to drink. It's really important. One thing I've written down here is to always, when you travel, in my opinion, it's best to take things with you that are going to give you some familiarity. So don't deviate too much from your foods, and maybe add some add some Imodium. That's a good idea to take in your medication in case you have a little tummy problem. But also take some probiotics to help with digestion when you're traveling. So maintain good nutrition. Next thing is to keep moving. Whether you're traveling by train or plane or boat, just take moments as much as you can to stretch, do your knee bends, do some twisting and turning, some stretching, and just keep at least every hour, try to get up and do something that makes you feel, get your body moving. There's nothing worse than getting stiff and just get the blood circulating. So you can do yoga in your airplane seat, even if it's just simple posture, moving to the left and to the right. You can feel your spine start to relax. And it's funny, when I went on a train journey recently, I used to go between the carriages while everybody was sleeping and just do some some knee bends, and couldn't get my plank or anything, but you can do just stretches, and it was good. It made the trip much more pleasant. And of course, you can, when you get to your destination, see if you can just for a few minutes sit with your legs up against the wall, or just get the blood again flowing in through your body. Just Dr. Margaret's advice, not medical at all, just what I normally do, just to stay healthy and relaxed on journeys, to keep moving. Another thing to remember is your travel insurance. Now, I know we've talked about this before, and it's expensive as you get older. I think after the age of 70, it really does become very, very expensive. But, it's important to be covered. And even if you just do trip cancellation and lost luggage, that would certainly help you if you needed it. It's important, if there's any other emergency, to be covered. On a cruise, for example, they often include travel insurance as an option with the cruise experience. But I personally always have a travel insurance policy with me. Of course, it's up to you if you feel you're covered. And it depends where you're traveling, of course. If you're traveling domestically in the United States, then, if you have Medicare, you're covered. You normally don't need to worry. And in Europe, there's a European travel card that you can get that helps you to, if you're from the UK, I should say, that helps you with European coverage. So you've got options, but some kind of travel insurance is always a good idea. Another thing to remember is to keep in touch with your friends and loved ones back home. I mean, thank goodness we've got Facebook now. We can check in. We just arrived at X airport or X station, and your family knows where you are. But let people know where you are, and also let them know if the plans change. If you have to take a flight, if it's redirected, or if your train has to stop unexpectedly somewhere, just let people know where you are. I mean, there's some tracking devices that you can switch on your iPhone, where your phone can be tracked. And if you've got it with you, you're trackable too. But it's important to let someone know you've arrived at your destination, and just make sure that when you get to a place, you're comfortable. You know the culture, you know the expectations, and you just take it carefully for the first few hours while you get your bearings in a new place. So that's, I think, don't forget adapters. Hotels are pretty well equipped these days, but don't forget to be self-sufficient. That's my goal always. So I hope this has been helpful. And I'd love to know, have you got any fun plans for travel in the next few months? Where are you going? And also, what are you packing? What do you always pack that I haven't mentioned, or what tips and tricks do you have that you might not have thought of? I'm thinking of things. Evelyn Hannon, who runs Journey Woman, she's amazing. She's in her 70s, and she's like the most amazing world traveler. She said that she often likes to buys shoes for her grandchildren, and what she does before she leaves is she takes a little imprint of their foot on a piece of paper, and then so she goes into a shoe store and she can buy the children's shoes. Great tip. And there's probably 1,000 tips of things to pack or take with you on a trip to make it more fun. But I hope that's been enjoyable. Let's have a conversation here on your travel packing ideas, travel preparing thoughts. And the question is, what other savvy tips do you have to share with our community? I look forward to them, actually. I always learn something from you. So again, thank you again for being here. It's been fabulous. Hope it was a good conversation. And please leave your thoughts and your comments below. And we'll join in, have a fun sharing experience. And I really do look forward to seeing you all back here soon. So take really good care of yourselves. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Bye-bye.